Hi everybody, I'm Starla.
I'm Mik.
And we are
Our Family Plays Games. Yeah.
And welcome to our preview of Ice and Idols, sponsored by Inside Up Games.
Ooh, it's cold, family, because we're trying to hunt down some idols in some cold ice. Woo! Family, this game is coming to Kickstarter, and here's Starla with the overview of this cold, freezing game.
Embark on a thrilling expedition for knowledge in Ice and Idols. Your expedition has discovered an ancient temple cloaked in ice and dust, containing a labyrinth of ever-shifting pathways. Time is of the essence as you navigate this frozen maze, uncovering idols that hold powerful secrets. Ice and Idols is a unique pick-up and deliver game for 2 to 4 adventurers with a twist. Literally. Rotate the temple ruins and manipulate pathway tiles to your advantage, strategically positioning yourself to research the idols and harness their hidden powers. Every move you make could lead to groundbreaking discoveries or unforeseen obstacles. The game is played over a series of rounds. Starting with the first player and proceeding clockwise, each player will take their turn utilizing action points. A player may take as many actions as their action points will allow. Move your adventurer along pathways that are orthogonally adjacent. While exploring, you can pick up an idol, place an idol, or research an idol on the research track. Each idol type, when placed, affords different powers you can utilize throughout the game. Game end is triggered when all the spaces on 4 research tracks are filled. Good luck, adventurers! Alright, so now we've entered the world of Ice and Idols.
Yes, it's cold.
It is very
All I can
cold.
say is cold. It's freezing.
Yes.
And we have a strange temple that we're walking around in.
Yes.
As adventurers, you know, I'm doing a little adventure myself, but you know, us adventurers are in this strange temple that for some reason, walls move, the whole board, the whole temple moves, and it's just really weird.
And there's lots of ice.
It's lots of ice, and it's a bunch of idols where you can use their power.
Yes.
And that's wild.
And you want to find these idols.
Yes.
And you want to activate them. And you want to research them. And that's how you're going to get points throughout this game. And so when you're in this whole temple, this whole world of ice, and you're moving around this board, it's like a maze almost. I mean, the little walls shift and move around.
And what's so cool, the theme really goes into it. It really looks old.
It does.
You know, mysterious. And just crazy looking.
And the decision to use these acrylic tiles that you can lift up and you can shift and move.
Yeah, and you can kind of see what's going on underneath.
It's like ice.
There's a mystery and it's ice, but it's something under there where you can see under and just like, ooh, okay, what's going on under here? And then you can move around, you know, these tiles. So, you know, this is a prototype. I want to say it's a prototype.
Yes. So
But
if you see some things on here that may not look like the game when it's finished, but right now this is the prototype.
Yes.
But overall, you get the gist of what they're going to be doing in the final product.
Yes.
Where you're going to have these acrylic tiles that you can kind of see through, and you can shift and slide around like you're in this ice temple.
Yeah, and now this is on the heels of the other game that's in this universe, Block and Key.
Block and Key.
Where you're adventurers again, going through a temple, but, you know, hey, now you're in the winter time. And, you know, this is set up for a 2-player game, so you have to deal with some research track, and you're basically researching these idols, and upon researching them, you can use their powers, which is really cool. And I like that.
Now, in the game, as adventurers, you've got 4 different adventurers.
Yes.
So I'm playing the curator.
Yes.
And then you have
The architect that gives you special powers.
And then there's a sculptor.
Yes.
And there's a keysmith.
Yes. And all of them give you something that you can do. But you always have to watch your points because you're using action points, and you have initially 5 action points. Now, when you unlock an idol in here, you'll get 6 action points, but you got to watch your action points because, hey, you get a lot. You can do a lot, but they run out very quickly.
Yes, so you have to be very strategic on how you use them. Yes. Now, the artwork, it's in, like you said, it's in the world of Block and Key.
Yes.
So right now, even though this is the prototype, I really like where they're going with it. I mean, it's colorful. It's got this ancient look to it. You've got these little tablets here where you're going to be placing your different idols. So you've got a sapphire idol. You've got a gold idol. You've got the ruby idol, the tiger's eye idol, and then also you have a jade
That's
idol.
a lot of stuff.
You got 5 different
That's
idols.
a lot of stuff,
and you're going to
fella.
be placing them on your board to unlock additional powers.
And it's really cool how, you know, the colors and just the artwork and the components kind of all go together.
Yes. Now I'm just placing them here as if I had gotten all
Yes.
of these, but that's how they fit into your board. And I like the way that looks when you're done.
Yeah, that's really
And
cool.
you're like
And what's so cool about it, you get points for filling it all in. You get
points.
8 points when you're filling all your idols. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I know that, again, this is a prototype, but right now with the research board over here, you've got a research track. You can go up the different tracks to try to get more points throughout the game. You've got some event cards that you're going to turn over. It's going to do different things.
Now, here's the deal. Now, once you research an idol, you have the choice. When you get an idol, because you'll go around this little like temple track trying to get around, and then once you get to a spot where you can put in an idol, because you have to pick up an idol first. You got to get an idol, put it in like your little holding spot, and then once you get to the place where you can put the idol in, you have to make a choice. Either put it into the idol space, and so you can basically take whatever that idol power is, or you can ditch that idol and come to the research track and put one of your nice little cubes right in there.
Yes.
On the research track, you can get some extra points. When we played, you did that.
Well, what also helped me was my key card.
Yes.
So at the beginning of the game, everybody gets a key card. You get 2 of them. You get to choose the one you want to try to pursue. And if you can meet the criteria of the key card, it's going to give you extra points. So for this particular card, I can get 9 extra points.
And here
for
I
completing
get
this
10.
one. So you got to look at that when you're on the research track.
And you try to match it with the research track. So I would go maybe here, and these 2 will be open, and then this all will be open, and then just 2 right here. That means I match this, and I get those 10 points
at the end of the game.
At the end of the game, as long as it matches. It could be other things here, but if I can match it with my, my research track tokens, I got it.
And so the strategy with that is you've got to watch what other people are doing to try to do that match, because they may be going for the research track as well, and then they may get into a spot that you need. So you got to try to make sure you get there first. So that's that decision. Do I want to place this idol, or do I want to ditch it so I can get on the research track in a particular spot?
Now, fam, you saying, what's up with this board right here? Well, this board moves.
It moves.
The tiles move. They shift back and forth. And you say, well, how does that happen now, Mik and Starla? It's these event cards. If you put, an idol here in its place, or you might put a research token in a certain spot, you take the event card. That's all I can say. Now, what happens, family? You can see here, shift. And that means every tile right here, every tile will shift from sun to moon. That means everything changes one over. And that is crazy, because when you think you're somewhere, all of a sudden you're somewhere else. Or you're blocked off, or you can't move. Then we have others like this one that says collapse. That means if we're sitting here, and from your perspective as a player, a tile goes away.
And now you got to work around that
tile. Now you got to work around
to try to get to the other spots that you need to get to.
And that little hole in the middle, it moves when you do shift. So it is wild, family.
And it moves when you rotate the board,
yes,
because the board rotates.
And then you have another card that says rotate, and then it rotates around. So you think you somewhere, then all of a sudden you somewhere else.
Yes.
So this is a wild adventure.
It is. And when we played, I thought that when you first started playing the game and we were shifting the tiles, I got frustrated.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I just got into the spot I want to get into, and then he went and shifted the tiles. But then what it does is it makes you rethink what you're doing.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not in the spot I was in a few minutes ago. What do I have to do to get back to where I want to be?
And then,
so now you got to start manipulating to try to get where you need to be.
And that's when you unlock some of these powers of the idols, and then it helps you move around. You use action points to move around the board, or to turn around a tile, or maybe just slide a tile, because if a tile is missing, you slide a tile right in there. So it's a lot of things you can manipulate once you kind of build up your power with your idols.
But again, don't let the movement of the board, throw you off.
No, it don't.
You may have to change what you were doing originally.
Yes.
But you can get where you want to go. You just got to change your plans.
And that's where it comes to the strategic aspect of this game, because you gotta, and it's puzzly too. It's a little puzzly and a little strategic, and you gotta keep your mind on what's going on and what your opponent is trying to do to you.
Always watch your opponent.
Always watch your opponent.
Your opponent is watching you.
Watch your opponent, because it's watching you, and they can throw some obstacles your way, because you'll probably know where your opponent is going, like, oh, they're trying to get to an idle space. Let me slide a wall in their way.
Move them.
Yes. So that's the fun of this game.
That's the fun of the game.
Yeah.
But this is Ice and Idols.
Yes.
It's an interesting game. It's something unique. I haven't played a game like
Very
this
unique.
before.
Very unique.
So I think it's something that, when you put it on the table, it has table presence.
Yes.
Because it's something you want to look at and figure out, what is this? Why are the tiles acrylic that you can see through? Oh, you can lift them up. You can change them. So it is a very unique game.
And then all the tiles shift.
Yes.
And, things move around, and you lose tiles. It gets, it just gets kind of, like, ooh, you get a little frustrated, but you're like, ooh, I gotta get by. I gotta get to, where I need to go, and I'm gonna find a way. And even though it's frustrating, it's good frustrating. It's good fun, and I love it. It's an adventure.
Yes, it
It's
challenges you.
Yes, it's an adventure.
Yes.
I love it. It's an adventure. But family, that is our preview of Ice and Idols, sponsored by Inside Up Games. Now, don't just take our word for it, family. Check it out for yourself. See if your family or game group will like this game. Now, it's coming on Kickstarter very, very soon. So, Starla, where can they find OFPG while we stuck in this crazy-looking ice
world?
temple? Yes, where can we find us?
Well, if you're looking for Our Family Plays Games,
yes,
you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, right here on YouTube,
right here
on our website, and TikTok.
Yeah, family, thank you so much again for coming out and looking at this preview of Ice and Idols. If you have any questions or comments, please put it down below. But remember, family, even in the cold and ice, we love you. Bye now.
Everybody.